Today I fucked up by accidentally dropping a pregnancy test on my boyfriend. My boyfriend and I have been together almost a year. I have been on the pill the whole time, and it's the only contraceptive we use. We are both very clear on the fact we don't want more kids. I'm in my 30s and he's in his early 40s. We only have one child between the two of us, but we are happy and it's all we need. I take the pill non-stop. I have been on it for about 4 months. I just had a weird feeling, so I picked up a pregnancy test. For some reason it wasn't in a bag, and when I was carrying an armload of stuff into his house, the pregnancy test fell onto his footrest on the couch. He had a slight panic attack, and I immediately went into the bathroom and took it. Negative. But still, my poor boyfriend. He's not very observant, and had a similar scare when I sent him a picture of my positive COVID test, and he didn't read what type of test it was. I told him I was going to get my tubes tied, and he's offered to get a vasectomy instead. Too long did not read. I almost gave my boyfriend a heart attack by accidentally making him think I was pregnant, and we're getting sterilized. Edit. How I take the pill 4 months on 1 week off. Also, we are old, the kid isn't his. A kind Redditor just messaged me and said you can get free vasectomies at Planned Parenthood. With the state of the USA today, I wanted to add this to my post, in case it helps even one person. I really feel for you all, these are scary times. We live in Canada, where there are free vasectomies and abortions for all region letter C region letter A. With the COVID test part, it's always funny seeing people mistaking it for a pregnancy test. Lady who's gotten her tubes tied here. Tubal ligations aren't 100% effective, and they tell you that from the get-go. If you do manage through some minuscule freak happenstance to get pregnant, it's very likely to not be viable and ectopic. For extra safety, lotta ladies who've gotten tubals are still taking the pill for their own health, and given current events, if you live in the US, your boyfriend's a real champ to be volunteering the vasectomy. Good on him. I'm confused. In the beginning of the post you said you have been with him for a year and on the pill the whole time. Then said I take the pill non-stop and I've been on it for about 4 months, which is it? Yup, as a man with one, best thing ever. Have yet to meet a guy in a committed relationship who has gone through with it that regretted the decision, barring divorce scenarios. Couple of days of pain, then freedom and hero status in your partner's eyes. Good for him offering to have the safer procedure, it's totally worth it. Just remember vasectomies are not 100% safe and can revert themselves with time. Your partner needs to get tested regularly to confirm that blanks are being shot. TIFU by accidentally tumble drying my cat. Today I fucked up by accidentally tumble drying my cat. So I'll start by saying that I have an awesome pair of noise-canceling headphones that I wear when doing chores around the house, and they work well. Like really well. I'm jamming out unloading the dishwasher and remember I have some laundry to fold and more to wash. So I go to the dryer and had done a load of bedding that was dry but still in the dryer. I decide I'm going to fluff everything up and get out wrinkles before I fold everything. I close the dryer drawer and start the dryer. Now thankfully I have 2 cats and see the other one standing in the laundry room immediately looking very scared. Puffed out fur, but she won't run away like she usually would when startled. She's just looking at the dryer and back at me, back to the dryer, back at me, still supremely puffed up. I think maybe the dryer is scaring her and she needs to use the litter box which is right next to the dryer. Sometimes if there's change or something left in a pocket rattling in the dryer, she doesn't like it. So I turn off the dryer like, okay you can use it now, but she doesn't go, she still is just standing there looking all puffy. This is when I take my headphones off and I hear something in the dryer. I open it and cat number 2 comes bolting out. He had decided at some point to take a nap on the bedding in the dryer, and I closed the poor baby in there and started the dryer. This all happened in the span of maybe 10–15 seconds before I turned it off, and thankfully was unharmed and got lots of treats and extra snuggles, and I feel like a monster. My other cat is a hero, she got my attention and legit saved his fucking life. I am so grateful to her and so happy nothing worse happened. Too long did not read. Check your dryer, or any appliance for that matter, for cats before you start them. No cats were seriously harmed. LPT. If you have cats, never leave the dryer open and check it before turning it on. My mom accidentally did this to one of our cats when we were growing up. Dryer was in the unfinished basement mudroom and one day one decided to hop in. I didn't know about it until years later. She still cries if it's brought up. I held my breath until you found the cat and it was okay. Thank goodness for your other kitty, what a hero. This is one of my biggest fears. Every single time I use the washer or dryer, I make sure I have a visual on both cats after firmly closing the door and before starting the machines, even if I have literally just loaded the machine. One of my cats loves snoozing in the washer and the other loves snoozing in the laundry basket, so I am a bit paranoid about this. I once shut my cat in the fridge, opened it half an hour later to find a shivering, confused kitten and a substantial portion of the chicken gone, which explains why she climbed in. Honestly, quite impressive just how much of it she managed to eat in half an hour. I'm constantly afraid of this because one time I didn't realize my roommate's cat crawled in the dishwasher. I closed it, turned it on, and then heard meowing and flipped out. I opened the dishwasher and out comes my roommate's cat, wet and angry. I'm so glad nothing bad happened to your cat or my roommate's cat. TIFU. By trusting a friend to borrow a computer. So, this might be a bit long-winded and I may have some of the formatting stuff a bit wrong as it's my first post. I'm open to suggestions to make it clearer and stuff, just let me know. Also on my main account because I don't really care if he sees it, and frankly hope he at least feels a bit guilty. Essentially the fuck up started a few days ago when my friend asked if he could try out a laptop that I had for sale. Went kinda like this. Friend: Hey is that laptop you have listed for sale still available? Hey, yeah it is. Friend: Awesome. Do you also have any graphics cards available? Yeah, I've got one you could check out. Friend: Mind if I borrow it till I get paid? The fuck up. Yeah, I trust you. Come pick it up later today. Now, I've known this guy for years and honestly thought he was a good friend, chatted lots, talked about personal life struggles etc. I also met his whole family, and turns out I used to play hockey with his sister growing up. Figured it was pretty safe. A few days later. Hey, friend. How are you liking the laptop? Friend: Hey it's working really well. I think I'd like to buy it when I get paid next. That's awesome. No rush as I know finances can be tough. Just let me know, friend. How about I send you $600 on the 22nd, and then the rest in July? Works for me. Then on the morning of the 22nd, the day he was either going to pay me or return the computer, I wake up to find that friend has blocked me on all platforms, and has blocked my phone number, and further his parents that he lives with have also blocked me on all platforms. So yep, serves me for trusting people. Update. So I just woke up, and this blew up quite a bit more than I was expecting. Which I really appreciate. There's a lot of helpful advice in here, so for those that are wondering. Yes, I have reported him to the police. Police initially said that this can only be settled in a civil court case due to the fact that the friend lied about paying me. I have also reported him to my circle of friends that also buy, sell, repair computers. I am planning on presenting all 62 screenshots to the police later today, highlighting his bragging of how easy it was for him to scam me, and how he is untouchable. And I'll make sure to edit more along the way. Keep the advice coming. I really appreciate any solution you guys come up with. I was pretty much ready to throw in the towel when I posted this, but am feeling much more ready to take this on now. TLR: a close friend scammed me for an expensive laptop, and some other things because I thought I could trust him. He and his whole family have blocked me now. Well, you know where he lives. If you have all this correspondence in writing, you could take him to small claims court. If it's expensive, take them to small claims court. Just the fact that they are served may get him to realize you aren't messing around. If he doesn't show, you generally get a default judgment and take it from there. Contact a lawyer. For $100, mine sent a threatening letter. Got paid and didn't have to waste time with small claims. It was just that, a scare tactic. Otherwise, small claims court was next. Don't let the bastard get away with it, for God's sake. Even if you can't get blood out of a rock, take him to small claims court. Do it for yourself, bro, not for anyone else. The fact that he blocked you like a bitch and threw away a friendship for a couple $100 speaks volumes about who he is as a person. Make him look you in the eye and own up to being a poss in a courtroom. Today I fucked up by spending $80 on a campsite. Hopefully this is appropriate for this subreddit. Anyways, here goes nothing. Had a rough night at work and got home wanting to go to bed. My intrusive thoughts got the best of me and I decided to go on a campsite where I found two models together. On this site you purchase tokens with real money and you use these tokens to tip the models and get them to do what you please. Anyways, one thing led to another and my DCK started doing the thinking for me. I wanted to see the two models in question do the naughty and have a happy ending in which they wanted 800 tokens for. Next thing ya know, I have my card in hand and bought $80 worth of tokens. It's $10 per 100. Once everything was done and my brain started thinking logically again, I now have a serious case of what a lot of guys call post-nut regret. Now I will be punishing myself by going to work for 6 hours on my day off to make the money back. I can't believe I really just paid other people to do the naughty. It wasn't even that good. I will now hold this memory in the back of my head for the rest of my life. Too long did not read. I paid $80 to watch other people have sex on the internet and am rethinking my entire life and questioning my existence. To be fair, $80 isn't a bad price for this kind of learning experience. Some people don't get there after dropping hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Don't beat yourself up too much. Next time OP's horny. I am sure $70 would be fine though. I paid $600 for a foot job, 3 times. I've always called it buyer's remorse, but post-nut regret has nice flow to it. This story, or something similar, gets repeated in every strip joint in the world, every day. There are lots of people that have spent much more for much less in return. Not speaking from experience, of course. Lying face.